start every week, go in, feel like you've corrected problems.
Yeah.
Why isn't some of that translating onto what we're seeing in the field?
I think, you got young guys in there. We got to be better at our technique. Teams game plan too, and it's about execution, play in and play out. I thought early on in the game we stopped a bunch of their runs, but it's a full-time job. It can't just be one play or two plays. It's got to be the entire game.
Equality is more of a veteran. He was in there a little bit more against the Seahawks. He has a bigger role. What does he bring to the table?
I think Dan brings a veteran presence that has done it for a long time, understands schemes and understands what a team is trying to do versus you. Sometimes when you have younger guys, they don't understand the blocks you're always getting. So this is another opportunity where if you feel comfortable in what you're doing, you're going to have a lot more success.
Do you feel like injuries have impacted what you guys have been able to do early here?
I don't use it as a crutch or an excuse. I think everybody prepares in the training camp to play, and go out there. But I think every team deals with this. So it's no excuse. We just got to be better.
How's your rotation as a defensive line impacted by not having Isaiah Loud or
Loud's been around here for many years and gotten better at his craft. He's a long arms. He's the prototypical 5 technique, 3-4, and so we're definitely going to miss him. It's one of those things where I've always relied on him to be my eyes and ears when we come off the field, and now he's starting, and then now he's hurt. So other guys are going to have to step up, and we got to make sure we're up to speed.
Cam, when you see a rookie like Caleb make the mistake that he did, I'm sure he's embarrassed by it. Do you go talk to him? What do you say to him in those instances, or did you?
I didn't really say anything there. I think sometimes you don't want to add any more salt to the wound. I think the kid felt terrible about it. I think the best thing you can do is let him learn from his mistakes, and grow from it. It's not going to happen overnight, but hopefully he's ready for those opportunities.
Can you kind of take us into the inner segment with Coach Austin after these games where the defense maybe doesn't perform to the highest level? I mean, what's his attitude towards it? Is he fiery? Is he still like a level all the time? Is it what? Can you kind of take us?
I think he's consistent in his approach. I think he was real simple in what we need to accomplish this week. Our communication and execution has got to be a lot higher. Both work hand in hand, and if guys, are having question marks about what we're doing, that's what it comes down to.
What challenges do the Patriots give you this week?
Drake May, I think he can spin the ball around, but is also pretty mobile. Even when he's running, he's still looking to throw downfield. Obviously the run game is big. They have a 3-headed monster back there, where each guy brings something different to the table, but you still got to be very conscious of all three. I think it's about just us getting back to, tackling well, getting off blocks, setting the edge, coming downhill, and then we can focus on the, getting after the passer. But until we stop the run early, we're not going to have a chance in that regard.
Cam, verbal communication is one thing, but nonverbal is a whole other.
Yeah.
Crowd noise and everything. How do you guys kind of develop the nonverbal? So regardless of crowd noise, you guys are able to kind of pick up on each other's communication on all fronts.
Well, in practice out there, we always have the speakers blaring, but we practice it upstairs. We talk about it. There's different checks that we're accustomed to, and sometimes it's not even just one guy. It's more of just repeating the call. That way, it's just the communication becomes more fluid.
Where do you feel like Keanu Benton is at this point in year 3?
Still growing. Who says you have to be a finished product in year 3? We all got to get better. I think he's hungry to get better.
Do you think there's anything he could learn from your journey?
I'll give him the book, but it's a lot to read. But I think he can take stuff from a lot of people's careers. Javon Hargrave, Stephon Tuitt, Tyson Alualu, guys I really had a chance to play with and learned a lot from. It's not always going to be perfect. You got to have these moments where you're struggling a little bit, so you can come on the other side and remember these times and say, no, I can't do this because of those situations. So he's definitely ahead of the game in my regards, because when I first got here, I didn't play my first 2 years. So he's got a lot of experience, but it's got to pay off.
Cam, if Derek's able to go, how could he impact what you guys do?
Another capable body that is similar to a Loudermilk build, where one of those 3-4 ends that can set the line of scrimmage, plays with good hands. I love the way he is just heavy-handed in the run game, I think he brings a youthfulness to the group. But when he gets back, he gets back.
Cam, that place has been tough for you to play in over the years. There's no Belichick, no Brady. Is it going to be kind of weird to face the Patriots up there?
It's weird. We've had openers there. We've had AFC championships there. It's a crazy place to be. I'm just praying that we don't have a fire alarm go off. But that was years ago. But always good to see Braves.
Cam, when the Seahawks did hit you guys, it was for kind of explosive runs. It wasn't
Yeah.
like 5-6-yarders. What do you guys need to do maybe to prevent them when they do get past the first kind of line to maybe just 5-6 yards rather than 15-20 yarders?
I would rather neither, but I think it's about being aware. A couple times it could have been on 3rd and long. I think that 3rd and 19 was just unforgivable. You look at that situation, you got to know they're playing a lot of safe football there. And if you give up any yards, it can't be for a touchdown. Got to take good angles, can't go behind blocks, got to get off blocks. And so all those are included in the run game, but understanding what an offense is trying to do in those situations.
How much of this do you think is just the growing pains with the younger guys versus something that should have been taken care of in training camp or early on in the season?
It's all growing pains. We got a long season. I just think we can continue to improve, hit our stride late.
Great city, great fans, coach you hard, expect you to produce. I'm here now and I'm loving where I'm at, so I'm excited for this Sunday.
You hoping to get a bigger opportunity this Sunday up there?
We'll see what happens.
How do you like it here so far?
I love it. Playing for Tomlin, playing in this Steelers defense, not something I take for granted. All the great players that play here, their mindsets, how they approach the game, how seriously they took their job week in and week out. I love playing for those types of organizations where you could go back 30, 40 years and cut the tape on. You just see guys getting after it. So it definitely is not something I take for granted.
Do you think you're a good fit here?
Personally, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is it something that it would take you some time to learn a scheme and learn what they do here? Is it something that you can pick up pretty quickly?
It's something I can pick up pretty quickly.
Thanks.
What would it mean to you to go up there and make a really big impact this week?
It'll mean like it means every week. Every week you're expected to do your job, make the plays that come to you. Don't chase any opportunities, and just make the ones that come to you. So.
What's been the process of just getting up to speed and kind of learning the playbook and learning how you might fit into this defense?
It's been good. It's been good. I had a lot of cracks at this, learning new schemes, new verbiage, new techniques. So it's something I challenge and pride myself on, being a guy who can, grasp things very quickly.
Defensive coordinator Till Austin was complimenting you today, saying you're a really good communicator on the back end. Just kind of where does that come from, and what do you think some of the most important keys are to being sound in communication on the back end?
Well, between the safeties and the linebackers, that's what some teams may call the quarterbacks of the defense. So obviously you got to know the defense a little better than just your role. Got to anticipate. Watch a lot of films and just be loud and demonstrative. Even if you make the wrong check, if we all wrong, we all right. So that's just something I always pride myself on. Hopping in the playbook, hopping in the film room, being able to, try to anticipate some things. And if I recognize a look, if I see it, say it. I call it see it. If you see something, say something. You might recognize something another guy might not. So, if I see it, I say it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then we just react to whatever happens. That's the business, man.
How difficult are his feet to account for?
He runs well. He's a good athlete, obviously. If he needs to, he can get out of the pocket and make plays with his feet. He's a well-balanced quarterback, throws well, runs well. Played against him quite a bit, so excited to get back to that.
There's verbal and then nonverbal communication. How do you guys kind of build the nonverbal part where you're just kind of understanding each other's body language and just picking up on that without having to kind of scream over, a crowd noise that could be definitely a factor?
Yeah, I mean, the nonverbal definitely just comes with experience, whether that's games or every day at practice. I mean, there's a lot of new faces in here, so just continuing to get reps with them and continuing to understand how they play and what they play. But at the end of the day, if we have to, we need to be over-communicating, because if we're all wrong, we're all right, and if we're all right, we're all right. So just making sure that everyone's on the same page and just over-communicating things.